Hey, David. Thank you.
We also looks like we have
So I didn't stop anything. No, he's not in there. Yeah, it's still, we're not muted. Gotcha.
sorry about that.
You're fine.
Okay, I was saying, looks like we have a few different individuals here from our applicant and owner team. So if you all just want to introduce yourselves and who you're representing here today or what part of the application you're on, that'd be great.
We'll start, Brian Bruner, further means that we're in chief architecture.
Did you
And
said Brian?
Brian Bruner, yes.
Did you spell your last name?
Runer.
Got it. Okay. Great.
And Brian with an I. But
I'm Father Nathan Wentz. I'm the president of Xavier Jesuit Academy.
Did you say Wentz?
Wentz, W-E-N, D is in dog, T is in tree.
Got it. Okay. Go ahead.
And then you have Kyle Chandler, principal at Xavier Jesuit Academy. So KYLECHANDLER.
All right. All right. Are we expecting anyone else to join us on the applicant owner side before we get started?
Potentially Rick Posey. I know he's at a conference right now, but he's gonna try to join if he can make it.
Okay.
And that's
Great.
principal at K4 Architecture.
Got it. All right. If anyone tries to join during the meeting, I typically will just let them in. And so if he does end up joining, I'll just bring him in. In the meantime, I got to read through our hearing script. I think you guys have been through this before, so this should sound familiar. But I need to read through this, which will just cover the procedure, then we'll get started. So this is the May 15th, 2024 session of the zoning hearing examiner docket. Again, my name is David Sturkey. I'll be presiding over the hearing today. The case before us is case number ZH20240049. The purpose of this hearing is to allow applicants and any potential opposing parties to testify and to offer them a few evidence testimony. This hearing will follow rules found in the zoning code and the supplementary rules of the zoning hearing examiner. All testimony and evidence that an applicant or any opposing party wishes to offer must be presented at this hearing. Now, the hearing will proceed as follows. The applicant, the applicant's attorney, or the applicant's agent will first present the applicant's case. The public will then have an opportunity to speak after the applicant has presented its case. I'll hear from the zoning division. After, if in this case, if there's no one from the public, if anyone from the public does join in, I'll let them speak. Otherwise, I'll just go straight to our zoning plans examiner, Matt Lashad. And then in the event that any party testifies or offers argument against this application, we will all have an opportunity to respond to that argument that was offered in opposition. And then finally, the applicant will have an opportunity to make any closing statements. For our purposes here today, when I say applicant, it's really any or all of you. However you all want to orient your presentation is completely up to you. I'm pretty liberal about how those are presented. So again, one of you can speak, all of you can speak, whatever you think is best for me to understand what the product is and why I should grant the relief. After all presentations have been made, I will close the hearing. Decisions may be expected within 2 weeks. We may limit or exclude any testimony that I deem irrelevant or outside the scope of the application being considered. I may interrupt the speaker to ask questions or make any comments. In the event of any technical difficulties, which we've already seen just for a second there, I'll do my best to troubleshoot those on the fly, but to the extent there's some defect that prevents us from meaningfully going forward with this hearing, I may continue to postpone the hearing at my discretion. Okay, last thing I need to do is just swear in all of our witnesses. So if you intend on providing your testimony here today, making any comments, really doing anything than just strictly observing the hearing, then the zoning code requires that I swear you. So if that's you, if you could make sure you're off mute, need everyone to raise their right hand and to answer out loud. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony that you shall give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Yes, I'm for.
Great. I have everyone as an affirmative on that. All right, who's going to be taking the lead here on the presentation?
I guess I will take the lead on the presentation.
All right, floor is yours.
Yes. Okay, do I need to, share my screen or anything?
You're welcome to if you would like, if you think it would be useful, but again, that's up to you.
Yeah, I will. Uh, yeah. So we are here representing the architect, K4 Architecture, we're representing Xavier Jesuit Academy. That would be a new tenant within the Church of the Resurrection, a historic church that is located at 1619 California Avenue in the Bonneville community. This is a residential district with a conditional use to have a school within the property there. Um, we had previously applied for a variance for additional signage on the property. Purpose of our presentation today is to seek an additional variance to add one additional sign as well as increasing the permitted size of signage in one area of the building. Just going through the existing conditions of the building, which the Church of the Resurrection, you can see it has what I would say an H profile. We are with the project, as you know, we are adding a new entry feature here. Be between the left and the right wing of the church, and then we'll be adding a new elevator tower in footprint of this original tower here. With that, as you go through the presentation, you can see. So I should stop here. The elevator tower is going in the footprint of this old stairwell here, and the elevator tower will be extended up and interact with the existing facade of the building. As you see in the current progress photo here. We've already started to take down that tower. We'll be adding a new tower feature in here, and it will look like this here once it's complete. We do have current progress photos, but at the time of our submission, we had not started to frame in all of the supporting CMU walls. If we were to go out to the project right now, you'd see this. Actually, it's completely framed in. The only thing that we haven't added was the exterior brick and metal siding that we have here. But this takes us to the first point of variance that we're seeking, is we are seeking to add an additional tower sign on this elevator tower. The reason doing so is because with the previously approved monument sign that's going to go on the main drive coming in. Monument sign is a shared sign that identifies the church and the school, but we feel as though the school, being a new entity within the community, did not have significant identification. So in order to have that additional and necessary identification that we feel is necessary, we were proposing to add a tower sign within the 24 square foot of perimeters that are set forth by the city to help the school better be identified as a new entity within the neighborhood. This sign is not illuminated. We feel the size is tasteful. I believe the size that we found out was 20 square feet. Once we sent those measurements back, it's 4 square feet under the allowable signage area of 24 square feet. And we believe, as we mock the sign up, the scale in relation to the building, because the sign is non-illuminated and because it is essentially a identifier of the school, we feel that it will not be, intrusive of the neighborhood parameters. The wings of the building, since it is an H shape, They will essentially block the sign as you're seeing it from either corner, but as you approach the school, you will clearly be able to see, oh, there's a school that is in this church that we know has been here for centuries. Well, it's not centuries, sorry, decades, not quite a century.
Over a century.
It's over a century old. Yes, and that's the goal. Like I said, it's to provide identification for the school as the new entity. And it worked out to where the school is technically this right wing of the church. So having the sign closer to the school side of the building, we think is very beneficial. The church is primarily on this left wing and a portion of this shared central space. So this is all church to the left, this is all school to the right. And as I said, that shared monument sign, which will go, just to the outside of the frame of the image here, that will have identification for the church and school on it. Directing them at the main drive to the main. That takes us to the second part of the variance, and that is the increase in size for the new entry sign. We mocked up what the 24 square foot allowable area is for that sign. I mean, as you can see, just keep this image in mind as we go up to the next image. So this is the 24 square feet. If we go back up to the overall footprint of the building, you can see how small that would be in relation to scale of the overall property. So we were proposing and requesting if we could increase that size to what you see here, the 24 or 43 square feet, sorry. Just so the sign reads a little better. We feel that with this size, it has the potential of not being seen once you're against the building, with the addition of the entry vestibule here. But like I said, we're proposing a general small increase in size to 43 square feet to basically fit within the brick pattern of the entry vestibule. Father Nathan, would you like to add any points to the presentation before we hand it off to the city?
And this will be the main entryway for both the church and the school, which is also identified under the Xavier Jesuit Academy logo. It says "At the Church of the Resurrection." So we want to ensure that the church is included as they're a partner with a model on what we're doing. And so having the sign at the 43 square foot also helps the visibility of their name on that sign as it looks out into the parking lot, which will be the main entrance for all visitors to the church and the school.
And to add to a point Father Nathan made as well, and I'll take you back to the footprint of the building. This sign will primarily serve the school and the church and the visitors to the school and the church. Because of either of the wings of the church, it will essentially cut off visibility of that sign to the adjoining neighborhood. Let me put a little square here so you can kind of see. So the atrium sticks out to about this far here. And as you can see, that sign, the wings of the building will hide the sign from the adjacent neighborhood. Carl, did you have one other point? You like that?
No, I think you guys covered.
Okay, perfect. All right. So I think now we can hand the floor back over to the city, David and Matthew.
Okay, great. Thank you. Quick, couple questions. If I remember correctly, the wall sign in the rear was not illuminated. First, is that correct? And is that staying the same?
That is correct. Neither the wall of the tower sign nor the wall of the atrium sign, neither of those walls are illuminated.
Got it.
And the signs are not illuminated themselves either.
Got it. Okay, and is there a third sign on the property somewhere?
Yes, there is a monument sign. Let me pull up the site plan here. Second. Alright, so I'll share this real quickly. So there is a monument sign here. And it is a shared sign. It is a shared sign that has the church's name as well as the school's name on it. The actual size of those letters, I would say, is about a third to a fourth of the size of the sign that's going to be here on the new atrium. And the reason that I say a third and fourth is because that 8x4 sign is split vertically between the church and the church and the school. And I will pull up an image of that as well so that you may see. Can you see this? So as you can see, this sign is shared between the church and the school. It's about a fourth in size of this size, this sign, as well as this sign here as well.
Okay. All right, great. I think that's all the questions I have now. Unless there's anything else, I think I'll turn it over to design division to add.
Sure. Thank you, David. So, yeah, the zoning code would limit this property to only one sign because it's in a single family residential zoning district. Given the somewhat unusual layout of both the building itself and the property, the building's in a H shape, as we talked about, and the parking access is in the rear, but people may be walking in from the neighborhood. It's understandable that they would need more than one sign. And I think the proposed signage is appropriate. It all is within, well, the monument sign and the sign in the front are within the 24 square feet. And those are the signs that you would actually see from the public. The one in the back is obscured by the wings of the building. And I mean, there's trees and fencing in the back, and it's not illuminated. So although it is more than 24 square feet, you could argue whether it even functions as a sign as it typically would. It's more just wayfinding to the entrance. It's not advertising to anyone outside the property. And it's important to note all of these signs are non-illuminated. So being that it's a single family district, staff would have a lot more concern if these signs were proposed to be illuminated because could have a negative impact on residents living nearby, given the fact that they're metal, they're a durable material that you're not going to see at night. And given the unusual layout of the building and the site, staff is recommending approval.
Okay, thanks, man. I don't think I have any more questions. Anything from the applicant or anyone else in closing or otherwise before we adjourn? Okay, hearing nothing, yeah, let's leave it at that. I agree with the applicants, just for doing that, and with the zoning division on this. I think that the district enforces on this project. I appreciate that you're not illuminating or over illuminating. I see some of these sign variances that are just really, really bright. It's I think it does have legitimate adverse impacts, and so I appreciate you guys coming up with a project that I think is effective and also protects the residential sort of character of the neighborhood. With all that said, after reviewing the application, the staff report and the testimony here today, I'm going to approve the application. I need to formalize that again, as you all know, in a written decision that typically takes about 2 weeks. I'll send it out to you in a PDF as soon as I have it. And once that goes out, and that can approve the zoning permit on his end, and hopefully you guys can move forward. Any questions about any of that?
Oh, no, thank you. We're good.
Okay.
Great. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Matt.
Okay. Well, if you have any questions in the meantime, feel free to reach out, or if you want status update on the decision, please let me know. And hope everything is going well over there at the school. Good luck with the project, and hope you guys have a great day.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
We're adjourned. Thanks, guys.